super flyweight world championship challenger. He's in silver. The Filipino taking this officially on 4 days' notice, but he's had a full training camp, ready to rock and roll, as John Rio Casemiro did not make this fight for a second time. How does this play out? Butler will look to establish himself early in this fight. Last time he challenged for a world title against Manny Rodriguez, he was put down early in the fight, and he just couldn't establish any type of rhythm. Since then, he's been punch perfect. Got himself back into world title contention. Should be fighting for a full title this evening. Hopefully the WBO at some point sees sense and upgrade the winner of this particular fight to full champion. But as of now, interim championship on the line for these two guys.
Sultan is massive.
The size of the back on him.
Look at the legs on him. It's like a bodybuilder.
Butler will have to be wary of that early doors. Keep it nice and light. Keep light on the feet as he looks to establish with a nice straight right hand.
Good stuff from Butler there. Couple of jabs landed at 1-2. Sultan stalking, but not really doing much as of yet.
No. It's like a coiled spring at the moment, isn't he? But Butler doing the right thing, changing the angles, in and out fast. Anti-lateral movements.
Looking to land an uppercut, but too far out of range there. Jonas Sultan. As the boys pointed out, I don't know if this is resonating on the TV, he's absolutely huge. Short, stocky, big back, big thighs. Instigating a real good power base, so if he does land, expect problems. But Paul Butler, light on his feet, in and out. Just getting into grips with the range. Nothing of any real note landing for either man as of yet. You can feel the apprehension in the crowd. Obviously the majority of people in here this evening cheering on Paul Butler, with him being just from down the road in Ellesmere Port.
Nice shot to the body there from Butler.
Smart work, smart work. Keeping it in the hands, when you go, bring the man's down, get the head later on. Good. Run around, Paul. No risk.
Switches to southpaw for a split second there, Paul Butler. Just giving Sultan a little bit of a look. Listen, not much action.
Keep racking up those rounds. At some stage, though, Sultan will start throwing heavy bombs.
Into the second round. Jonas Sultan, as I mentioned in his build-up, 30 years of age, Filipino. Competed for a long period of his career at super flyweight, went to the very top of the tree, managed to get himself a world title shot, fell short against Yurian Kakas. And he's up here at bantamweight. And he looks like he's filled out, lads.
Looks so powerful, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He certainly slabbed the muscle on to move up the weight divisions, hasn't he?
Eats his veggies. Right. Paul Butler looking to Kakas just throwing a big overhand right, just missing there by a whisker or two.
Lovely counter there from Paul Butler. Nice left hook counter from the body shot with Sultan from through.
Solid body shot though, wasn't it? You could feel it. You definitely heard the power there from Sultan. He looks to land that left hook.
As Paul said, though, he did land it, but Butler made him pay for it as well by catching him with the left hook on the way out.
You can hear the advice from the corner of Butler, you know, smart work, and that was smart. That was a smart counter, but as you both say, you know, you can't take too many of those body shots.
Good work from Paul Butler on the inside. Sultan just insinuating that he caught everything on the gloves there, and he did. We're here, we're watching it, but the shots were thrown and they were partially landing. Mrs. Wiley there. Great footwork, getting out the back door, and then teeing off with a lovely combination. Paul Butler, nice start to this fight for Butler. As we've mentioned a couple of times, Sultan looking to land that big overhand right bomb. He himself is looking to shut that distance, of which he struggled with in the first round, but he's getting closer.
Boxing well, Butler, at the moment. As we mentioned in the previous fight with McGrail, that little push out of range with the feet is nullifying the attack, and Sultan. Good counter there from Butler.
Lovely little left on the inside, but he's trapped in the away corner there as he just pushes Sultan off him, as Sultan was looking to unload. And the speed of Sultan there was something to see. Nice little mix-up of the shots from Sultan, looking to go up and then down. And he's shutting that distance, but Butler, light on his feet. Lovely lateral movement at the moment. And through nearly 6 minutes, he's in a far better position than he was the last time he was challenging for a world title. Sultan just getting to grips with him there at the end of the second round. Lovely bit of action there, boys. It's cagey, isn't it? You can feel the tension, but it's just starting to...
He's winning the fight on his bike there. The fight's already shaped up to what it is. It's a puncher against a boxer mover, moving really well. Just look at that. He got backed into his own corner, but he's landing nice shots backed into the corner as well there, Butler.
That was that body shot counter, what we said at the very, very start of the round. It was really classy stuff from Butler. Sultan, what you see is what you get. Make him want to give in, make him want to just pack in from trying, and pick him off all the way and win the rounds.
Sultan looking to land that overhand right just off the lead jab from Butler as we start the third round.
He's going to have to clock up the miles to get to that point, though, Paul Butler. He's going to have to keep moving his feet like this. Can't be a static target at any point.
Referee just getting a little bit close to the action there, giving Paul Butler a little slap on the backside as he walked past him. But like you say, quite evident that Paul Butler, the lateral movement, he's got the wheels on tonight, and he's going to need to keep that up if he's going to want to keep Jonas Sultan at bay. Just a big shout from Sultan's corner.
You see Paul Butler shouting towards the cameraman. He caught a couple of them then as he was moving.
The second time that's happened, actually.
Big shouts from Sultan's corner, smashing on the canvas as they've just been warned by the referee. Lots of yells of swing it, swing it. Oh, that was a low one. That was a low one. He'll have a little bit of allotted time, Paul Butler, just to gather his thoughts, but Sultan did crack him really low there. Take your time indeed. Good advice from the corner. Got all the time in the world.
Just a bit of frustration there from Sultan, I think.
I think it was accidental, really. I don't think he's meant to do it.
No, I know, but
he's a little bit closer.
When he's getting close, he's desperately throwing shots now. He's trying to make a dent in Butler when he does manage to get close enough.
Good shot from Butler. And Sultan looked to counter him. Butler landing that jab, lovely little combination there on the inside, which gets the crowd going here in Liverpool. They're going to play a factor in this, there's no doubt about that, because there's going to be a point in this fight where Sultan is going to have a little bit of his way. Looks to land a big overhand right as Sultan trades on the inside, landing the body shots. Big left hand from Sultan, who's batting down on his gun shield, looking to land on Paul Butler, but Butler's answering. Big right hand from Sultan.
Butler's obliging and willing to stand with him when he should be boxing. He's to get back on his feet, Butler, get his jab going, bleeding from the nose. Good shot there from Paul Butler.
Butler looking to land the combinations, looking to land those straight shots, and looking to show Sultan that he can dig a little bit as well. Really interesting third round this. The Sultan's most certainly having a little bit more success. A good combination from Paul Butler, landed the jab and then the right cross. Heads came together a touch there as they look to trade in the centre of the ring.
Lovely shot from Paul Butler.
Paul Butler's eyes firmly fixed on Jonas Sultan as Sultan looks to shut the gap, looks to get close to land those big overhand bombs as he trades off. Paul Butler tucking up nicely, catching a lot of those on the elbows, but Sultan getting closer. 10-second clapper goes as we come to a climax at the end of this third phase. Lots of action, including a low blow. The round with the most to talk about so far.
Yeah, it's an interesting round, that one. I think a little bit early in the fight to be going toe-to-toe with Sultan. Don't give him the opportunity. You stay on the back foot, keep peppering, keep moving. Don't let him know. I think he got a bit frustrated there, Butler, with the low blow. And he wanted to prove to Sultan that, listen, if I want to, I can win the fight in the pocket here. But that's what Sultan needs. He can only win it in the pocket. Paul Butler's just got to stick to his boxing, Paul.
You can win it in the pocket, but not yet.
Exactly.
He's far too dangerous. He's nowhere near ready yet. You're boxing well at the moment, but you're boxing well on the back foot and control.
Fourth round. Sultan taking a little bit of confidence from what he saw in that third phase as he looks to shut the gap on Paul Butler. But Paul Butler dug his toes in at certain points in that round in order to answer back to the Filipino. Backed up in the neutral corner as Paul Butler just skates along the ropes. His wheels have been fantastic so far this evening, but how long can he keep that up for? What is the conditioning like? We know that he's a super fit lad as they exchange jabs. And Sultan looking to let those combinations go now. He's looking for that big one-hitter quitter, of which he's landed so many times throughout his tenure. Good jab from Paul Butler. And then, off the counter, managed to land. So he went first and went last. Good stuff from Paul Butler again, mixing up the shots, going body, then head.
Nice uppercut there from Paul Butler.
Excellent shot.
Makes Sultan miss.
Just heating up nicely this fight. Both men incredibly switched on. They know what's at stake here. You win this fight, you're a player in this division, and the gateway to something very special opens up as Sultan lands a little combination, partially caught on the gloves.
Nice left hand to finish that combination from Sultan, like an up jab, screw shot type. Just knocked the head back of Butler.
Some really good exchanges going on as Paul Butler lands a nice right to the body.
The distance again is key in this fight for Paul Butler especially. Has to keep that distance between himself and Sultan.
I know it's only early in the fight, but conditioning so far on point from Paul Butler. Mobility really good, and the lateral movement is causing a problem for Sultan. He's attempting to shut that gap down, but he's unsuccessful so far. Hasn't landed anything of any major size.
You can hear the screams from, isn't he? Yeah, he is, Nick. You can hear the screams from Sultan's corner saying push him back, but it's easier said than done when he tries to push Butler back. Butler's in the centre of the ring and he takes a step out of range and nullifies it. He's not following up for the second phase, Sultan, which he needs to.
Nice little right hand from Sultan, caught partially on the gloves from Butler, who returns fire with a nice little combination. Really captivating fight here in Liverpool at the M&S Bank Arena. Hopefully you're enjoying this as you're consuming it on whatever platform you're consuming it on this evening. Michael Alexander, the man in the middle of the ring, just separating the guy as Paul Butler.
Excellent.
Answers a little bit of fire. Just letting Jonas Sultan know that he can do a bit himself as well on the inside.
A very good round by Paul Butler. Eyes are wide, his tail's up, he's moving really well. You think you tried to prove something in that third round, but that fourth round he was back on his bike again, and when he had to engage, he engaged intelligently. It wasn't just ones and twos, it was threes and fours, Paul, and that was where the success was coming in.
Yep, and that's the beauty of a fight like this. This won't last, and if it does, Paul Butler will leave this world champion easily, or interim world champion very easily, but he has to maintain this pace. And it's very difficult to do over 12 rounds. That's what makes this fight so interesting. But as of yet, for the first 4 rounds, Paul Butler boxing really, really well and sticking to a very good game plan at the moment.
You mentioned the instruction from Sultan's corner of pushing back, pushing back, pushing back. When you've had 4 rounds now, you've attempted to push him back and you can't do it. What do you do to change it up in order to have your own wicked way?
Has to cut the ring off better. He's following Butler and Butler's circling. And you need to cut the ring off better, edge forward with the feet, don't jump in and lunge in, edge forward with the feet, get yourself in range, then let go and explode. But don't try and throw shots from too far out like that.
Butler having all the final answers in these exchanges. He's answering everything that Sultan's throwing his way so far. Sultan wild with a big right, missed by a long way. And Paul Butler made him pay.
That's going to give Butler confidence. You're missing from miles away. I'm making you miss. And I'm making you
again. And again, a wonderful mastery of range there from Butler as he just stepped out the way. Important in these exchanges, though, not to get too greedy from Paul Butler's point of view. Just keep the mastery of the range. It's that little half-step back, Paul, which is causing a real problem for Sultan.
Boxing really well at the moment, Paul Butler. It's Bull Matador. We said this all week, didn't we? That's what it would be like. Has to be Bull Matador, especially early on.
Reminds me a little bit of the fight that we called between Sonny Edwards and Jason Mama. Obviously a different style of fighter, Paul Butler than Sonny Edwards. But again, very Bull Matador-esque that night. Can Paul Butler keep this pace up for the full distance?
He's not just making Sultan miss, he's making him pay, and he's landing really good shots inside whenever Sultan falls short. Even that, just claiming him, just holding. I know that's the advice from the corner because I can hear it being shouted. Well, when he gets too close, just
good shot from Paul Butler as he takes that half step back again. It seems to be money every single night. He's mastering the range, and as Paul says, he's making him pay every single time that he comes in, Sultan. Fair play to him. He's not losing any confidence as of yet, though, Jonas Sultan. He's still doing the same things, still attempting to shut that distance and land those big bombs.
You have to, if you're in Sultan's corner, you have to advise him differently. Yeah. Can't be throwing shots from so far out like that and falling short because he's being made to pay by Paul Butler.
Butler's giving him the centre of the ring, but the problem with Sultan is he's plodding forward in straight lines from the centre of the ring. He's not stepping left, he's not stepping right, and that's allowing Butler to go lateral movement side to side and keep that bit of range out the way just to stay on his back foot. And Sultan, that's forcing Sultan to lunge in with punches. Skip back from Butler, 1-2, and it's landing every time now.
Heads did come together a touch there. Paul Butler nearly nutted the camera as well in the corner. But again, another fantastic round from Paul Butler.
Very impressive.
He's putting on a real show at the moment. This could be a shutout.
It was that old saying, I think it was Deontay Wilder, they have to be perfect for 12 rounds, I don't have to be perfect for 12 seconds or whatever it might be, 1 second.
2 seconds, yeah.
It's one shot, and that's where Paul Butler has to stay concentrated, switched on, focused, listen, don't get too greedy, don't get too giddy, and you see this out, and you're leaving here with a belt and with a very, very good win. Sultan is falling short. I'm not sure what advice he's receiving in the corner, but he has to close the distance better with his feet. He's swinging from too far out. He's becoming too predictable, and Paul Butler's having it too much his own way.
Into round 6. So far, on our unofficial scorecard of this interim WBO Bantamweight Championship fight, Paul Butler has won every round. What can Jonas Sultan do to change the momentum of this fight? And can Paul Butler keep up the incredible cardio that he's showing so far? The IQ's there. He's making Sultan miss and he's making him pay. Can he continue to do so?
So far, Butler, I don't want to tempt fate here, but he still looks absolutely fresh as a daisy.
Oh, just got clipped with a big shot there, Paul Butler. Referee getting a little bit close to the action once again. But Jonas Sultan definitely had success there with a clip. But Butler responds. Butler responds with a good combination. Butler back on his boxing, getting that jab going, looking to master that range once again as he's done for the whole of this fight so far. But Sultan will gain a little bit of confidence from landing that shot a little bit earlier on in this round. looking to do the same thing, but that was great from Paul Butler as he stepped to the side and landed a body shot of his own.
Got to keep them feet going, Butler. Got to keep pushing out the range. Don't take the shots on the gloves. They're still having a bit of an effect. Got to push out and use your feet. That's nice.
Excellent. The thing is about Jonas Sultan, he's not setting anything up. He's not trying to set a trap. He's just looking for a big one-hitter quitter. He's got to be cuter with what he's doing, otherwise he's going to get picked off by Paul Butler, as is what is being demonstrated right now. Nice right hand though there, just on the inside from Jonas Sultan. But it's Butler that he's having the successes. He's going first and he's going last. And that is going to be making a big impression with the judges. Switches to southpaw for a split second. Gives him a different look. Paul Butler in the southpaw stance. Now back into orthodox, just for a brief second. Lovely check left hook over the top of the lead right arm. And now it's Butler that's having success. Butler showing that he can crack a little bit as well. Good round, good response from Paul Butler.
He got caught early on, but then he just slowed his feet down in that round, engaged again in the centre of the ring with Sultan, and had the bigger shots and finished the fight the stronger. Rocked the head back a couple of times. I don't think he's quite ready to go yet, Paul. I'd like to see Butler back on his bike a little bit more to stay ahead. But I've got 6 rounds down and 6 rounds for Paul Butler so far.
Same here, but again, when we're saying he's not ready yet, I think the mouth is starting to open in Sultan. I think he's starting to breathe a little bit heavy. I think he's feeling the pace a little bit as is expected, because he's chasing, he's explosive, so he's putting a lot in.
On our unofficial scorecards at the halfway point, it's a shutout so far. Is Paul Butler on his way to becoming the interim WBO bantamweight champion? Can he keep this fantastic work rate up so far? Can Jonas Sultan do something different to change the momentum of this fight? This is World Championship Boxing. I would imagine that the answer to all of those questions is absolutely yes. Do not blink, do not take your eyes off it. It's captivating stuff here from Liverpool.
Just back on his bike again now, Butler, as we say, just waiting to time. Sultan as he comes pouring forward. He's 6 rounds up now. Sultan has to win this round to get back into the fight. Starting to slip through his fingers. Butler knows it. Sultan knows it. It's just got to be patient now, Paul Butler.
You spoke to him in the fighter meetings, Nick. He was saying he's not going to go the distance. He's not planning on going to the judges. Good shot there by Butler.
Big uppercut by Jonas Sultan in response, but Butler most certainly had success as Jonas Sultan lands a nice overhand right as well. Both men exchanging in the centre of the ring. Butler looking to answer everything that Jonas Sultan gives him. Doesn't want to let him have. Oh, great work from Paul Butler as he just stepped back out of range and landed a couple of lovely shots as he span off down the side of the ropes. Still doing the same thing, Jonas Sultan, coming forward, throwing, having the occasional moment of success, and then Paul Butler responds forthwith.
Been swinging a couple of wild uppercuts, Sultan, hasn't he?
Just too far out of range, isn't he? He's just too far away.
But he's trying for that shot. Obviously, Paul Butler fell short with that shot against Tete. It's there, but I suppose everyone that fights Paul Butler will try and land that shot. Sultan throwing it from far too far out of range.
Great instructions from Joe Gallagher. You probably hear that in the corner right now. He's just constantly shouting, movement, movement, movement. That has been the secret to this fight so far. The movement of Paul Butler far too much for Jonas Sultan. I've no doubt that if he was a stationary target, big clash of heads there. Dropped Paul Butler's head back a touch.
Listen, he's boxing well, Butler, but he's got to knock out greedy. Don't take too much.
Planting his feet a little bit too early for me. Like to still keep him moving.
Doesn't need a match your performance, does it, right now? As I was saying a moment or two ago, Joe Gallagher in the corner just shouting movement, movement, movement. That's been the key to this fight so far. I've no doubt if he was a stationary target. Oh! referee's judged it as a non-knockdown, he's judged it as a slip. We'll get that back on the replay. It looked like, from my angle...
I think he lands, but it's more a push. Shot
Few exchanges here.
No, he's just off balance. He's just off balance. I think it was Butler's arm coming over and pushing Sultan's arm over his body. That was the momentum.
Throwing has took him over.
Yeah, it was the arm there.
Throwing it, yeah.
There you go. All right, fair enough. Good refereeing.
We did one of them in Dubai on a show though, and we didn't do.
And Butler all the way through so far. Haven't given Sultan anything.
It's not been for lack of trying, but
no,
he's just not doing enough to win these rounds.
Like you say, it's not from lack of trying. Paul Butler's just been exquisite so far this evening. The lateral movement, the mastering of range has been absolutely top class. He's been on his bike, he's been on his wheels, but he's also made Sultan pay every single time he's gone. So through 7 rounds, Sultan needs something really special, really big, in order to change the momentum of this fight. Looking to establish a double jab there, Paul Butler. He's really been on point with the range so far. Sultan forced to be throwing stuff from too far out, just not being able to get close enough to get anything clean on Paul Butler.
Marked up around both eyes now, Jonas as well. Jonas Sultan swelling around both his eyes. Wearing the marks of the fight.
Lovely left hand from Paul Butler. Lovely shot to the body from Jonas Sultan. Nice little response from him. Paul Butler teeing off on the back foot, just mastering that little half step back, and away he goes. You could just start to see now the frustration on Jonas Sultan's face. He was right in front of us when that combination landed a moment or two ago, and it was like a... Okay.
The frustration is warranted, but it's his own fault. He's not getting his feet in range. He's letting the shots go from too far away. Butler's taking a step back, and he's falling short and going over the front foot. Then he's being countered by Butler. There's no surprise why he's frustrated and probably start feeling sorry for himself. Has to get his feet in range, Sultan. The corner is screaming for the body, but you can't throw a body shot unless you're within range. To throw the body shot, he has to get in range first.
Attempted a big overhand right there, Jonas Sultan missed by quite some distance. I hope they've got a stepometer on Paul Butler this evening. I want to count how many steps he's done. He is absolutely flying around this ring. As Jonas Sultan has a moderate amount of success there in his home corner. Paul Butler, again, when they do come, an exchange, more often than not, he's having the final say. Big left hook from Paul Butler. Just off balance there, Jonas Sultan. He looks to stand and trades. Big right hand from Sultan. He did land that time. And he just rocked the head of Paul Butler back a touch.
The shot he's been trying all fight, Sultan, is the uppercut, and it is there, but not from where he's throwing it. He's throwing it from too far out of range. He needs to get his feet in.
Good end to the round. Probably Sultan's best
particular round. Paul Butler was still as good as he has been throughout the course of the fight, but like you said, there were some eye-catching shots in there from Jonas Sultan too, especially that big overhand right at the end.
You just see again in the replays here from the previous round, Sultan there just landed it. A right hand, but they're all too rare, those big right hands that he is landing. There's the replay of it. He's lucky if he's landing one every couple of rounds at the moment.
That was a good shot, but you can see by Butler's reaction.
He just haven't changed the tactics.
Body. He needs to change things up drastically.
I tell you what, there's going to be a few nervous people that have lumped on big on Paul Butler right now. He was a betting underdog coming into this interim world title fight. Sultan the betting favourite. And as we enter the 9th round, coming close to those championship rounds, there'll be a few people with squeaky bums, let me tell you. Anyway, let's get stuck into it. Paul Butler putting on a really good performance as of yet against Jonas Sultan, who, don't get me wrong, has landed a couple of eye-catching shots, but not enough to change the momentum of this fight. He needs something big, does Sultan, to change the momentum, to slow Butler down.
Landed another good overhand right hand there. Sultan.
Now he's started this round.
Really good start to the round so far from Jonas Sultan. He's landed a couple of clips of which have made Paul Butler just check himself for touch.
And he's closing the distance better to land those shots in the first place. Butler needs to get on his bike again. Got that jab going.
That's a good jab. Stiffs it out there. Just fell short there, did Sultan with that overhand right, but he's having more success in this round. Hasn't slowed down at all regarding his sideways momentum.
But he can't afford to. When he does, that's when Jonas Sultan gets opportunities.
Good response from Paul Butler as Jonas Sultan looks to exchange really good body shot, and he lands a big overhand right as well, but on the inside of that, Paul Butler did have success. A big overhand right from Sultan. This is by far his best round, the most success that he's had in the fight so far. Jonas Sultan looking to shut the gap. Slight desperation in some of those shots there at the end. As he lands again, Paul Butler retaliates. But this, Sultan's best round so far.
There's the jab from Sultan, which you haven't seen much of.
Is Paul Butler just starting to feel the pace of this fight? He set off an amazing pace. He's been on his bike, he's been on his wheels. He's been punch perfect so far. And don't get me wrong, he's having success in these moments, but Sultan is still coming forward. A little bit of chat between both men. Paul Butler not letting him know that you're not taking me out in my town, son.
He's just said rock solid.
Excellent. And lets the hands go as well. Both men enjoying this ninth phase, shaking each other's heads, having a little bit of a chin wag. It's really heating up into a proper battle this now. Great round from both guys. Most
big shots, because he's not called one punch for nothing. Sultan can carry, he does carry power. He does carry power late, and Paul Butler's just got to get back onto the job in hand. He's got 9 minutes to go.
Start of the 10th round here in Liverpool, M&S Bank Arena. They've stayed out. They want to see the hometown boy crowned interim WBO bantamweight champion. He's waited a long time for this. 8 years ago, he snagged himself the IBF version of this title against Stewie Hall. He vacated that title, did Paul Butler, in order to step down in weight to become a two-weight world champion, and fell short against Zolani Teti. His next opportunity was back up at bantam against Manny Rodriguez in the World Boxing Super Series. Again, in that night, a disastrous first round just derailed the momentum of the fight for Butler.
When you said before, Nick, about you have to be all in with this type of style with Paul Butler, you've got to keep moving, keep moving. I was going to say to you, that even in this type of fight, that you can't take a round off. I think this looks like a little bit of a rest round for Butler. He's just moving slowly, being conservative with his energy.
Looks like he just tripped over the referee again there, as he was going backwards.
And Sultan's letting him have this round off. And he shouldn't be.
No.
Yeah.
Sultan needs to win. Sultan needs something big. He needs knockdowns. And he's allowing Paul Butler.
Just good left hand from Paul Butler as the exchange on the inside, right in the centre of the ring. But you're right in what you're saying, gents. Paul's just taken his foot maybe from fourth gear into third gear, and Sultan's allowed him to do it. That was a perfect opportunity for Jonas Sultan to really put his foot down and make Paul work if he doesn't want to work.
You can coast through round 10, save a little bit for the championship rounds, 11-12, big round, big finish to the fight. But Sultan's allowing Paul Butler to do that at the moment, and he shouldn't be.
No, he's coasting through it, Butler, but he's actually winning the round as well.
Yeah.
The half dozen exchanges that they have had have been instigated by Butler, and he's landed the clean shots.
And he's finishing those exchanges as well, really well indeed. 40-odd seconds remaining of this round. Sultan, is he getting frustrated again? He needs something. He needs a shot to change the momentum of the fight. We know he's got the power. We know that if he lands it, it will change the momentum of the fight. But Paul Butler just proving to be just too elusive at this moment.
Disastrous round.
He's let him have it.
Jonas Sultan, absolute disaster. He's let Paul Butler run away and pick his way to another round.
Yeah, and that will boost them massively for these last 2 rounds now in the championship rounds.
There's absolutely no need for Paul Butler, with 6 minutes of this fight remaining, to put himself at any unnecessary risk. He could just literally do exactly what he's just done in that final round. And if he does, he'll be the interim WBO champion.
Correct.
Here we go into the 11th round. Paul Butler's been absolutely fantastic so far. Sultan's had success. He has clipped him a couple of times. Not enough to be winning this fight on the judges' scorecard. He needs something big, does Jonas Sultan, the man from the Philippines, who's taken this fight on officially 4 days' notice. He's had a full camp, he trained for it. He knew that if he was going to get this opportunity, it would be against Paul Butler. And he's now sprinting round the ring in order to try and get his hands on the baby-faced assassin. Can he do it? His corner screaming at him, same thing, same thing. Well, the same thing's not been working for the majority of the fight, lads. He needs to change it up a little bit. He needs to be a little bit more cuter with his footwork, because Paul Butler is reading him like a book. Wing your right hand when he moves that way. There you go. Nice left hand on the inside.
Nice left hook from Butler. That's where this is where Sultan needs to now obviously let go. When Butler chooses to stand, he has to empty the tank. He has to throw the kitchen sink at him. Sultan. See the concentration just etched on Butler's face still.
Honestly, Paul, I've not seen him blink.
11 and he's just so focused.
Incredible. He knows what's at stake. At this stage of his career, he can't afford to lose tonight. And I tell you what, he's been almost punch perfect tonight.
Jonas Sultan looking to exchange in the centre of the ring.
Engage, Paul, you don't need to do it.
Both men looking to macho it out in the centre of the ring.
Does it need to be there, Paul Butler? Good shot, good left hook.
He nods in approval. He wants it. I think you were right, Nick.
Told you.
You said that he'd be a lunatic. There was no need to do it. But he's machoing it out. He's giving the fans what they came here to see. As Paul Butler has the exchanges.
Excellent stuff. Excellent. This is breaking Jonas Sultan's heart, this.
Looking to land that big uppercut, Jonas Sultan. Falling short on a couple of occasions.
More swelling and red on the right hand.
Fantastic. Little step back and counter left.
Excellent.
Fantastic work from Paul Butler.
It's been a masterclass. It truly has. It's been a masterclass performance from Paul Butler. He'll be very proud of his work tonight. Just to finish it there, just a left hand on the back foot. Wonderful stuff. The replay here, look, Sultan loading up. He's got to try and get his way back into this fight, but he just got punished throughout that penultimate 11th round. Paul Butler, 3 and 4 punch combinations in the centre of the ring, even though he's miles ahead on the cards. Fantastic stuff, Paul.
Boxing really, really well. You could see what it meant to him then at the end of that.
Here we go. Final round, number 12.
Good job from Butler.
Last round here for Paul Butler, who is surely 2 minutes 30 seconds away from being crowned the interim WBO bantamweight champion. He's put on an absolute fantastic performance so far as Jonas Sultan just falls in looking to land that big right hand.
Nothing silly now. You've done all that hard work. You've bossed this fight, Paul Butler. It's been a bit of a masterclass.
Looking to bull rush him a little bit there, Jonas Sultan.
Also to the fitness, Adam, of Paul Butler. Incredible. The work with Joe Gallagher, Peter Mack, Johnny Velocity up there in Bolton. Fit as a fiddle.
He's done some serious miles this evening. And if he stays on his feet through the next 1 minute 40-odd seconds, he's most surely going to get his hand raised.
Excellent.
Lateral movement still on point, even though we are deep now into the final round. How's he going to play this out? He's been punch perfect so far. There's no need to put himself at any unnecessary risk. Jonas Sultan needs a one-hitter quitter. He needs to put Paul Butler out, and he needs to do it quick. All credit.
Excellent.
Paul Butler, wow. Who is looking to still exchange in the centre of the ring. Big left hand from Jonas Sultan. As he just rocked the head back of Paul Butler for a split second. Butler now back on his bike.
Even when Sultan is having success though throughout the night, it's always when Paul Butler's moving backwards. It's been when he's been moving backwards all night.
He is now.
Excellent stuff.
Double left hand from Paul Butler on the back foot, back up against the ropes. He has been punch perfect as Sultan looks to get something special off in the final moments of the round as they exchange right hands. Butler lands. Both men landing left hands.
Last 30 seconds, Butler's going nowhere.
Butler going for the body.
He's going to stand and trade now.
Absolutely no need to do it, but you know what he's like. He is going to want to have the final say, and he lands a beautiful left hand on the inside, Paul Butler. Surely the judges have seen the same fight that we've seen as Jonas Sultan gives it one last throw of the dice. The alley shuffle from Paul Butler. Surely that is him crowned the interim WBO.
Absolutely remarkable. Footwork unreal. Hand speed incredible. Shot selection on point. But it was the focus, Adam. It was the eyes wide. He never blinked once. He didn't detract from the game plan once. He earned every single second of this victory tonight, and I tell you what, he looked absolutely phenomenal as well.
Done it the hard way too. Obviously, we talked about his journey, we talked about the journey to this particular fight, but when he was defeated against Manny Rodriguez in such devastating fashion at it was either one of the stadiums.
12 rounds in the distance, we take it to the judges' scorecards for the final decisions. Judge Howard Forrester scored it 16-12. Manuel Oliver Palomo, judge, scored it 18-110. And Judge 3 scored it 117-111. All for the winner and new interim WBO